So this is about the hardest thing to convey. When you have that feeling, like you just want to go stand in the rain and scream as loud as you can, knowing that no one's going to hear you. But at the exact same time, you want somebody to ask you what's wrong. But you know that the second somebody asks you what's wrong, you're going to break down. As I said in my first blog, some 18 months ago, I've got a lot on my mind. I was thinking today about YouTube, as I sometimes do. And I was thinking about the community. And not just on YouTube, I'm talking like worldwide community of trans folk. And you can ask anybody who transitioned in the 70s or 80s or even the 90s about the community that they had. And I guarantee you that most of them don't know as many trans people as I do. They don't, it wasn't a community. It was, being trans is so rare. It's such a rare birth defect. It's not like being gay or lesbian, because those are fairly common. That's like, what, 1 out of 10 people are gay? It's like 1 out of 10,000 people are trans. So when I grew up in a town of 15,000 people, you can bet I was the only one who was trans there. And when I transitioned, I did it alone. I didn't have anybody. I had like 1 or 2 friends that stood by me, but even then they didn't call me by the right pronouns or the right name. So here I am, 3.5 years later, and I have this community around me. And I was just thinking today, what a wonderful thing that is. It's amazing. I had to go through this all alone when I first started. I mean, when I was, before I found out that there were trans people who were trans, when I was 20, I thought I was the only person who had these feelings. I mean, that's dumb in retrospect because I've met so many people, but I sometimes take for granted the fact that I'm able to connect with somebody who knows what it's like to grow up in their own body. So here I am, perched at the beginning of another step in my transition. For the last year or so, I've been feeling like I've been stagnating, which is one of the worst feelings that I can have. I hate feeling like I'm not doing anything, especially with my life and my transition. I'm the kind of person that jumps into things and asks questions later. And for me to not be able to do anything or feel like there's no steps I can take without having $20,000, it's so frustrating. So I'm having my orchiectomy on Friday. In like 36 hours or something. That's the first step I've taken in a long time. First real step, going full time, coming out to people, getting on hormones. What do you do next, Hope that I somehow win the lottery and have $20,000? Well, it's not that easy for all of us. So, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm terrified, actually. I've never had surgery in my life. I had my wisdom teeth removed, and that's it. And I'm terrified that, something's gonna go wrong. Or, I'm never going to be able to orgasm again. Which is, it seems selfish or vain or something like that. It seems wrong, but that's very important to me. I mean, I'm only 23. And if I've had my last orgasm ever, then that is just sad. But I mean, it carries that risk. And, it's a lot of the same risks as SRS. So, I don't know. I have to face those risks either way.